Alright, what the heck is going on, my dudes? We're back here today with the top 10 list for the Spring of Sorrow Week 4 Annihilus. And if you forget who it is, whoever made this beautiful Marvel Legends picture, put the name there for us, so we'll never ever forget for the rest of our lives. Alright, so this guy was a very interesting fun fight. It has that node where if the defender uses a special attack with a projectile on it, you're going to have to parry the projectile. It's from Necropolis, the Elsa path. If you haven't done Necropolis yet, essentially, for example, you want to bait the special 1 on Annihilus, you do not want to bait the special 2 in this fight, and you want to just, either dex the first part or block the first part and then parry the projectile when he spits at you, okay? And that's pretty much all you need to know here. Aside from that, it's like Annihilus is Annihilus. He's annoying to fight. He's hard to parry. There are some champions who can kind of get around that easier. He's armor break immune, right? He's armor break immune and he has buffed up, all right? Now, with the pool of champions, X-Men, offensive burst, and cosmic, offensive damage over time, and cosmic, a lot of these champions have buffs. Like, 2 of the pools are cosmic, and then for the X-Men, you use the one with buffs. And that's all there is to it, all right? So, of course, if you're looking for a quick and easy completion, you can go ahead and use Magneto, Red, or Hercules, right? And they should be able to get through it pretty darn freaking easily, buffed up, and also just being very strong the way they are. There's also the note that if you purify a debuff, or if you're immune to armor break or stifle, you're going to take damage. So like Colossus, for example, who's an X-Men character, he will not work, all right? So let's start jumping in to some of the top 10 options here. Now, of course, some of these guys, some like great options are left off the list, as always. Let me know in the comment section below if I missed anyone that you used, right? You can maybe help somebody out, because not everybody's going to have these 10 champions ranked up, all right? But let's take a look. Number 10, we have North Star, and North Star is absolutely fantastic for this fight. B McG did it with his 7-star that he pulled. The thing is, North Star came out last week, dude. Most people don't have him, and the people who bought the early access bundle probably didn't pull the 7-star. I feel like most people didn't wail too hard for 7-star North Star. If you did, dude, bro, enjoy, go use him, man. But I feel like most people who bought the early access didn't rank up their North Star yet, so listen, man, if you were looking for a reason to rank him up, if you think he's cool, here's your reason. Here's your reason. He's definitely good for this, But again, most people don't have him, so he's going to be way down low on the list. Number 9, we have Gore. Now, Gore fits that Valiant, objective, cosmic, and offensive damage over time. There are only like 3 champions who fit that well, and one of them is at the top 3. One of them is Gore's down here. Gore is immune to heal block. There is passive heal block in this fight, so you can't really use suicides for it. However, Gore is immune to heal block, which is really, really nice, so he can kind of like do a lot of healing in this fight. He has a lot of buffs in this fight. He could do really, really well against Annihilus here. He does very nicely. I tried him out. He does a good job. The option that I left off is Vox, by the way. Vox is also very good for this fight. He is a little finicky because you do have to be very aggressive after you use your special attacks. That way you can capitalize on your buffs, okay? So you want to keep that in mind. But yeah, I ended up keeping Vox off and going with Gore because more people have Gore. He was in the base pool of the 7-star, launch pool, so most people have him. More people have him than Vox, I mean. But yeah, let's keep it moving. Number 8, Gallon. So Gallon fits that offensive burst and cosmic. I know a lot of people in my chat were saying Gallon. I didn't try Gallon, but just objectively speaking, he gains the physical resistance and the energy resistance, right? So that's going to be really great for when you're fighting Annihilus, when you're blocking the special attacks and you're parrying the special attack beam and you're baiting out basic attacks and everything. It's going to make Gallon do pretty darn well and be pretty darn tanky, okay? Now, I would imagine, right, what you can do here is you can just keep building that harvest, going for the heavy attack, letting the harvest expire, going for the special 1 possibly. You can go for special 3 and do a big harvest. You're going to have to do a few rotations there, If you have a rank 5 ascended Gallon, it's going to be a lot easier because this has like 1.2 million health, keep in mind. But yeah, Gallon could absolutely work if he's your best option for that objective. Number 7, we have Odin, because Gallon absolutely is not my favorite option for that objective, not even close. Odin did really, really well. What you want to do here is, you want to knock him down, you want to gain your energized buffs, you want to go for your special 3. You can go for your special 1 before your special 3 for maximum buff havage. Is that a word? Buff havage? I don't think so. For maximum buff gain, you know, for your special 2, because that's how you do your damage, alright? So once you're all ramped up, I used a special 2, I took off like 50% of his health, dude. And yeah, you use like 2 special 2s after you ramp and you're good. Odin is so good for like this style of content where you have a big health pool in front of you and you just want to get that big burst of damage. Odin is fantastic for it. If you have a 7-star Odin, give him a whirl. Number 6, Professor X. That's who I used for X-Men. I found 2 options that I liked a little bit more by the time I finished this, but Professor X was fantastic. Now, if you have a 200% mutant power boost on, Professor X is going to be absolutely insane for this. He's going to cheese the entire fight. You're going to be able to just spam special 3s, some special 2s in there, you know, and you're going to do so much damage and build so much prowess. He has the prowess for buffed up. You know, the thing with the X-Men objective is that most of them don't have buffs for buffed up, right? So you really have to use the ones that do have the buffs. There's no, like, unit manning your way through it if you don't have an option. But there are a few options for sure. But Professor X, very solid. One thing to keep in mind is that when Annihilus has his Cosmic Power Rod, he is immune to Power Lock, so you got to be careful. The first attempt at Professor X, I did special 3, special 2, special 1, special 1, special 1. The mind control wore off, and he was at special 3, alright? So you got to keep that in mind. Alright, number 5, Storm X, and number 4, OG Storm. We'll do both at once. So, Storm X has the benefit of parrying this guy freely, and if he shrugs off the parry stun, you gain the stun passive. So what you can do is you can just pretty much work your way up to special 2 while attacking him freely, baiting out the special 1, parrying the end, and once you're above 2 bars of power, parry this guy, hold heavy attack till you get to 100 dormant prowess, launch your unblockable special 2, and you're going to take off about 25% of his health with a 7-star rank 1 Storm X. If you have a rank 2 or a rank 3, you're going to be laughing with this. If you have a rank 4 6-star Storm X, she's going to be fine as well. Alright? OG Storm is kind of cracked for this, because every time you perform a parry and he shrugs off the stun debuff, you're going to gain 2 prowess. So, you're going to gain your buffs right away, and it's going to be very, very simple to keep them up, because every time you go to parry, you're going to be gaining the prowess, okay? Heavy attack is going to pause the prowess. I would suggest going for special 2 for big, big, big yellow numbers, okay? Moving on to number 3, we have Gamora. Gamora, 7-star Gamora did so well, man, because she gains all those buffs on her light attacks, you know, she gains the Fury buffs, which are great, the Cruelty on the medium attacks, but I was sticking for the light attacks, going for the special 1 because he's immune to armor break, so I'm not going to go for the special 2, and the bleeds were doing so much damage over time as well. So Gamora did really, really well. I liked her a lot for that objective, but there's somebody that I liked more, and that was this man, the Serpent, someone who's not used on offense too often because he's just so absolutely potent on defense. But dude, Serpent is immune to heal block outright, kind of like Gore. However, he's just better for the fight than Gore, okay? So you're going to be healing with Serpent a lot. I started off the fight with Serpent like eating a combo, dude. I went down to like 60% and I finished with like a full yellow bar because we're just healing from the armor breaks. We're healing from the stifle the entire fight, all right? And that's really, really nice here when you have a long 1.2 million health, right? So the strategy I used with Serpent is that I just kept building the special 2, all right? And as soon as the power gain came back, I had my 3 buffs, and you know, I did the Hulkbuster trick where I did my combo, I delayed the special 2 so that I used the special 2 into his block, and then it does some chunky damage, man, and it takes Serpent a few minutes to ramp up. After like 2 minutes, he's like fully ramped with all of his passive furious and everything, and at that point, you know, he's going to be hitting really, really hard, and he did really, really well there, and Serpent was absolutely fantastic. But my favorite, number 1 option for this fight, probably my favorite champion in the game right now, we got the man, the myth, the legend. We have the Gladiator, dude. He was so absolutely freaking incredible for this fight. Oh my god, he was so good. I soloed Annihilus on my first attempt of the entire stream with Gladiator. He's so good for the fight, man. So what you want to do is you want to ramp him up like normal. And then once you have, you know, your 20 confidence buffs, you can get to 25, get to your 25 confidence buffs. You want to keep using your special 1. You want to attack through the first 2 hits of his special 1, and then parry the next one, okay? And then dash in while you're unstoppable after you parry. Go for, you know, a combo into a heavy attack, knock him down, use another special 1, you know. You might be at another special 1 already because you attacked through the special 1. You gain some power that way. Or if you don't have the the special one yet, do a regular combo into a special one, and just keep repeating the process, man. You're going to be doing a lot of damage during his special one, after, right? It's going to be easy to parry because you're unstoppable. Now listen, if you're not comfortable with that playstyle, you could just keep the ball rolling by spamming that special one and being unstoppable the entire fight. If you're not comfortable with the attack through specials playstyle like I do all the time, you don't have to do that. You can just kind of just keep it safe. You know, you can dex the first part of a special one, you can parry the second part, and keep it going. It's not going to be super speedy, but you'll probably end with more health. And yeah, Gladiator, there's so many ways to play him, dude. So many ways to play him, and he's such a versatile champion. And you know, the fact that he full yellow barred Gwenpool last week, man, he's so good for Annihilus this week. What were the other fights? He could probably do that Onslaught, man. I think he could definitely do that Onslaught. I've been taking Onslaught in Battlegrounds and Alliance War with Gladiator, and he's really good for him, actually, if you do it a certain way. And then Iron Fist, I'm sure he could do Iron Fist, too. So when the gauntlet rolls around, sign me up for Gladiator, dude. Alright, that is going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like, and let me know what you think about this Week 4 Annihilus in the comment section below. I'll be seeing you around, man.